Today we are making some feel-good truffles. Now these are called feel-good truffles for a very good reason, because otherwise I would have to call them chocolate salty balls. And for obvious reasons, I prefer not telling my friends that I love to eat chocolate salty balls. Nothing against those that do, but here we go. So it starts off, obviously, with a food processor. If you don't have a food processor, you have to get a bit more creative in the old kitchen department. This food processor was the cheapest food processor I can find, and I'm sure you can find one too, otherwise you might already have one. So, 200 grams of nuts. I just used the bag of mixed nuts, but you can use almost any kind of nuts that you would like to use, but I'm going to use this bag of mixed nuts, soaked for 6 hours before. Helps in the old digestion if you soak them. Whack them into the processor there. And we also got about 15 dates. Again, soaked, but this time only 20 minutes. That's basically kind of bulk them up, get them a bit juicier. Here, we're also going to add about kind of 75 grams of coconut oil. You can be a bit rough. I like to microwave the cup, then put the coconut oil into the cup and allow that to melt in there. Scotland is such a cold country that you cannot ever expect to have anything that is loosely soft in the terms of coconut oil, but here we go. We're going to do a pinch of salt, brings out all the flavours. Salt is one of a chef's best weapons, salt and pepper. Very basic things, but bring out the flavour. We're also, actually we'll add that in a minute, we're also going to add some cocoa itself. Now grain, roughly about 100 grams, but it's all about kind of, you know, loose. We can, however you feel, and also to taste. I mean, you can blend it up and taste it. Coffee itself is quite bitter. Now the sweetness is going to help with the bitterness. The sweetness is really what makes coffee. I called it coffee. I meant to say cocoa, not coffee. But cocoa itself, as well as coffee, is quite a bitter thing. So we may need to do this for flavour and then add some extra sweetness. So let's have a little peeky boots. At this point I'm also going to add in a nice little dollop of peanut butter. Now actually the best butter here isn't peanut butter but almond butter. However, almond butter is 3 times as expensive as peanut butter. So that's why I'm using peanut butter. If your bank balance looks as full as Kim Kardashian's jeans, then please, by all means, buy that old almond butter or any other kind of butter that you want. But if, like me, your bank balance is about as healthy as Lindsay Lohan's liver, then buy the peanut one. So, I'm going to whack that in. I'm actually going to make sure that this isn't sticking to the sides too much, so it blends a bit more with that new flavour that I've added. This is meant to be sugar-free, but I have a little inkling that this is not going to be nice enough. So what we're going to do is we're going to test it. Let's just see how it is. It's pretty good, but I think the bitter is too strong. And because these are actually for other people as well, not just myself, I'm going to add in a bit of maple syrup. This isn't in the recipe. What you should probably do is just add in more dates, but then I'm going to today add in more maple syrup. Again, the thing is with this recipe, and any recipe like this, it's all about what you want with your flavour. Today, because this are actually for other people. Now this will go around about 8 people. If you've got a party, you can whack these in for everyone. But because of that, I want them to be super tasty. I don't want people to walk away eating my cakes saying, I feel very healthy. I want them to walk away saying, I feel amazing. That was like an endorphin explosion as I just ate something that tasted beautiful. And sometimes that means adding a bit of maple syrup. So here we go. Again. Now, this should be us. I'm going to get rid of this and have a little taste. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay. I'll grab another plate, 1 second. So at this point you're going to have a mix which is kind of like this. It's quite gooey. You can see that you can like stick it together if need be. And this is going to be the start of our, not chocolate salty balls, it's going to be the start of our truffles. Oh, that sounds very posh. Truffles? What are they? Chocolate salty balls, essentially, yeah. Oh, truffles. So here we go. Get it out. And here we get the coconut. Now coconut, we're going to roll it in the coconut because that, you could roll it in cocoa as well. That was one of the things I used to do, just roll it around in cocoa. Make kind of mixed ones, some with coconut, some with cocoa. You can roll it in chia seeds, you can roll it in, you can also roll it in almonds or anything. But cocoa, I feel like it's got that kind of natural sweet flavour to it, so I actually prefer them in cocoa. And everyone else seemed to go for the cocoa ones first. So eventually I just stopped making all the other ones. So here we start making a nice little ball. That's a little ball. Roll that in some of this coconut that we've got here. And now we have our little truffle. And what I've done is I've also bought these tiny little cakes, these little cupcake type holder things. And that's going to whack in there. Boom! Now, essentially, we repeat that process over and over again until we have used up all of our mix and we have made a whole little selection of all these little cakes. So what I'll do is we will cut the camera off for a secondo while I make up all my little cakes and put them on here. And I'll get back to you in just 1 second. So now I've gotten to my last little ball that I'll be making. Obviously, you can see I've been putting these balls into individual little cupcake holders. Now, because you're putting a coconut around them, if you want to put coconut, you don't have to. But because I'm putting a coconut, you don't actually need to put them in the wee holders because they won't stick to each other due to this coconut which I'm rolling them in. However, because these look camper than Christmas, then I'm like, why wouldn't you have them? Who doesn't love to have tiny little cupcake holders for a plate of chocolate salted balls? So here we go. The end result. And then I have to do that taste thing that obviously all the chefs do. So we're gonna choose a random one of these. I will choose this one, and I'm gonna do a whole hog bite, and hopefully I can have a conversation after this. So let's just do it. Now that is pretty good. And I have to say, I'm almost getting like a rush of endorphins before, like just the minute I get it in my mouth. I'm not going to say as good as sex, because people that say food's as good as sex, well, they're just doing it wrong. But it's definitely up there. It beats a sneeze. I'll give you that. A good sneeze is very pleasurable. This beats a good sneeze anytime, hands down. Well, have fun making them yourself. You have been watching 21st Century Survivor. If you want to see more videos like this, or just be a nice guy, then please like and subscribe.